everybody, it's Rose and welcome back to Cheap Lazy Vegan. Today I'm going to be showing you guys 4 super easy and delicious recipes you can make using a multi-cooker. Today's video is very kindly sponsored by Cuckoo, who have provided me with this beautiful new multi-cooker, and I'm so excited to be working with Cuckoo because they are actually a very well-known brand in South Korea. They are definitely one of the leaders in this space. They probably have been making cookers like this before you even knew rice cookers were a thing, so very impressive. I just want to show you how well designed this thing is and how much thought went into this, because it really shows that these people know what they're doing and they've been doing this for a long time. First of all, it's so easy to use, it's so simple. You guys know I don't like to read instructions, and this thing actually talks to you, so it like just tells you what to do at that moment.
Porridge. Set the cooking time with selection button, then press cook button.
See? It just tells you what to do. Hi. Gone are the days when you can only make rice using stuff like this. You can make so many different things. There are different pre-adjusted settings here. So we've got soup, we've got meat, but we're not gonna make that, okay? Vegetables, we've got rice, porridge, browning, fry. There's multi-cook function, steam cook, slow cook, and they even have auto clean function. It cleans itself, people. What? And it's so easy to clean, just generally. Remove this thing right here, you just pull this. You can just remove it and then clean it very, very easily. And it is also non-stick. So this is stainless steel inner pot with non-stick coating, which is apparently a very difficult thing to do, and not many multi-cookers have this. It also has a ton of safety features. For example, you have to lock the device before you can actually do anything. I think it has about 14 different features that are designed just to make it safe. For example, it has a digitally programmed steam release valve. So while you're cooking or after you're cooking, it automatically releases the steam. And another key feature is that it actually has a keep warm button with adjustable temperature. So you can actually adjust the temperature of which this thing keeps your food warm, and then you can just come back to it later and enjoy your food later. So those are some of the key features of this Cuckoo multi-cooker. If you guys are interested in getting yourself one of these, I'll leave a link down below so you can purchase one of these online. It is awesome. It is such a great appliance to have, especially if you're busy, lazy, if you are a college student, anything. This is such a handy little appliance. So I highly recommend getting yourself one of these. Definitely check out the link down below. And without further ado, let me show you guys some delicious recipes you can make using a multi-cooker. One of the things that I love making with this multi-cooker is oatmeal. I have been eating a lot more oatmeal recently thanks to this multi-cooker and how easy it is to make it. So we are going to take some rolled oats. These are old-fashioned rolled oats, and I'm just going to be taking the cup that comes with the multi-cooker, which is a little bit less than an actual cup size. So I'm just taking 1 cup of that, and I'm just going to add it into the multi-cooker, and I'm going to add 2 times the amount of water. This part is optional, but I'm also adding a pinch of cinnamon, and then we're going to close that lid, and I'm actually going to cook it at multi-cook at 15 minutes.
Starting the multi-cook.
Even though the multi-cooker does have a porridge function, I just wanted to show you guys the quicker way first. So this is the 15-minute multi-cooked porridge oats. As you can see, it's still fully cooked. It's definitely not as soft as it would be if you made it with the porridge function, but I just wanted to give you a quicker option. And as you can see here, it's super easy to clean. And now we can top our oats. So I'm just going to add some fruit, maple syrup, and some nuts. And I'm not sure if you guys know this about me, but for a vegan, I'm not always the biggest fan of oats. I'm very picky about how it's cooked, and I love the way the multi-cooker cooks it. It just makes it super soft, even when I use the multi-cook function. But now I'm gonna show you guys the porridged oat function, which takes a lot longer, but I do find that the oats taste better. So I'm adding the same amount of oats as before, and I'm adding 1 cup of water, and instead of another cup of water, I'm going to add a cup of almond milk. This is going to make it a little bit creamier, and I'm also adding that pinch of cinnamon once again.
Starting the porridge.
As you saw, the porridge actually takes about an hour, but the oats become so much softer because it cooks longer. So if you want that really porridgey oat consistency, which is what I really like, then I would suggest trying out this longer method. You can obviously do other things while you are cooking the porridge. And here I'm actually adding some almond butter, and I'm also adding some chocolate chips. If you guys have not tried doing that for your oatmeal, you should definitely try. And I'm also adding here some fruit, and oh my gosh, this is so yummy. This reminds me of like Tim Hortons oatmeal. I don't know if you guys have tried it, but next time I might actually try adding more water to make it more porridgey. Next dish is something that you may have not even thought about making, which is pasta in a multi-cooker. This is revolutionary, you guys. I am so excited to be sharing this with you because I swear to God, I will never look at pasta the same way again. So into the multi-cooker, I'm adding 2 cups of pasta. I'm using this fancy schmancy pasta. I don't even know what this is. But I'm also adding a can of diced tomatoes and a cup of water. We're gonna add a teaspoon of vegetable stock powder. You can actually add veggie stock instead of water, and vegetable stock powder is the same thing. I'm also adding some dry basil, some garlic powder, and some nutritional yeast. You can of course use fresh basil. That's optional. And I have this homemade vegan Parmesan that I made with cashews. So I'm adding that as well. And we're gonna mix that up. By the way, if you guys need the written recipes and measurements, I will of course have a blog post with everything written down. And can you guess what this is, you guys? This is tofu. Oh my gosh, seriously, this is again revolutionary. So I'm adding some tofu that I've frozen, and then I thawed, and then I squeezed out as much water as possible. So that makes a very meaty consistency, and oh my gosh, you need to try it. You need to watch my tofu video, by the way. Go watch that. And now, my friends, you cook it at multi-cook for 20 minutes. You go and do whatever you want, and here is your finished dish. You literally have to put things in a pot and forget about it for 20 minutes, and you will have a dish that is ready to serve. And not only ready to serve, this is delicious, my friends. I'm adding just about a tablespoon of vegan butter now. This is totally optional. I just had some vegan butter lying around, and I thought it would make it taste even better. So now we've got the pasta finished, and you can start plating it, and this is so yummy. People, you need to try this. People, this is revolutionary. I'm adding some more vegan Parmesan cheese on top. And there you have it, folks. 1 pot pasta in a multi-cooker that literally takes you like 5 minutes of actual effort. Congratulations. Next, I'm actually going to make a recipe that comes in the recipe book that comes with the multi-cooker, and I just switched it up just a little bit. So we're going to make some ratatouille. Yes, I just like saying ratatouille. So we're actually chopping up some zucchini. I did switch things up just based on the ingredients I had, and also I just wanted to switch it up, you know what I'm saying? Got some green bell pepper. We got half a large onion. We're just chopping everything, guys. And we also have a bunch of garlic that I'm attempting to mince. We also have some tomato. So tomato is very important for ratatouille. So we've got them chopped up. So this is going to be like the hardest part, is the chopping. I'm also adding some sweet potato. So we're adding just about half of a large yam or sweet potato. Once again, I still don't know the difference. I think this one's a yam. And now I'm just following the instructions. I'm actually using the browning fry function, which I was very excited about because I've never done this ever. This is so exciting. We're gonna fry up some bell pepper, onion, and garlic with a little bit of oil. Just cooking that up for a few minutes. And by the way, if you don't have a stove and you're a college student, I mean, how amazing is this invention? We're gonna also add in the yam at this point, also the zucchini or courgette, and we're gonna mix that up, my friends, and cook that for another few minutes. And now this is where I do a little bit more improv. I'm actually adding some apple cider vinegar instead of white wine because I just didn't have white wine. Okay, homegirl is a red wine girl. And now we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients. We're adding the tomatoes. We're also adding some thyme. Also adding some dry basil or basil, whatever you call it. And of course you can add some salt and pepper as well. Just mix everything together. And now we're gonna simply close it and set it to the vegetable function for 30 minutes. And then after 30 minutes, your ratatouille will be finished and you can serve it. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to actually eat ratatouille, but I just kind of eat it however way I want. I think as a side, it's wonderful. So I just kept eating it on the side to pretty much everything. So there you have it. A great way to eat more vegetables, a great way to cook vegetables. I hope you guys try this out. And last but not least, folks, we are going to make another recipe from their recipe book that was provided with the multi-cooker. This one is going to be a lentil chili. My friends, you guys know I love my chili. First thing we're going to need is a can of diced tomatoes. I'm not using the entire can because it was large. And I'm also going to need some red split lentils. We also have some tomato paste. Once again, the ingredients and the measurements will be listed down below. We also have some red bell pepper, some garlic, some chopped onion. And now in a food processor, we're going to add the diced tomatoes, the bell pepper, a world's supply of garlic, apparently, the tomato paste, and then we're going to blend that up into kind of like a puree. You can do this with a blender as well. I'm just using my food processor because it works best. And we're going to add that mixture directly into the multi-cooker along with some water. And now it's time to add the red split lentils. We're also going to add the chopped onion. And once again, our friend apple cider vinegar. Next, we're going to add some dry oregano. And this really freaked me out. The fact that the oregano was like sticking to the spoon and like sticking out. I think it's my trypophobia just acting out. Anyways. Moving on. We're gonna add some chili powder. And this is actually Korean red chili pepper flakes. I'm just adding a small amount of that. And I'm also gonna add a little bit of salt and mix that all together. And then we are going to close the lid, lock it in place, and cook it at multi-cook for 35 minutes. And then you're done. And of course you can make your own version of chili. You could do so much with this method. And I actually found that this made such a great pasta sauce. So that is how I ate it, folks. That is how I ate it. And then we are going to top it with my homemade vegan cashew Parmesan. And we're going to also add some black pepper. And there you have a delicious dish. So easy, so delicious. And did I say easy? So here was my dinner one night. I had pasta with the chili and then the side of ratatouille. So good. Alright you guys, so that is it for my recipes. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and let me know down below, because I do want to do more videos like this where I show you guys different recipes using this multi-cooker, because there are so many I want to try. And I would like to thank Cuckoo for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much for this beautiful multi-cooker, which I will be using so much. And if you guys are of course interested in getting yourself one of these, don't forget to check out the link down below and you can get yourself this beautiful appliance right here. If you guys are new to this channel, of course, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!